Hi guys, how we doing today? Another episode of Blades and Boom. We're going to be looking at another Gelindo here, and I'm kind of excited about this one, but at the same time a little bit disappointed. This was something that, after I was talking to a Gelindo rep about the Gelindo pocket knife, this guy over here, I mentioned that I was excited about their customer service and I liked how they ran their company, and they actually had just come out with this knife and they were looking for some more reviews. So they went ahead and sent it to me for a review. Now, I just received this knife today, and what this is it's their new Gelindo Multi-Function Garden Scissors. So as you can see, it's got some pruning shears on it instead of the pliers as usual. Somewhat reminiscent, try and get this focus here for you guys, somewhat reminiscent of kind of the scissor multi-tools that are out there, but a little bit more geared towards the garden. So, just in case you were wondering, there's the code for that. And I will put a link to this in the description just so that if you guys do want to pick one up, you can. Now, I'm going to kind of breeze through the stats on this knife real quick because I really want to talk about the design and some of the issues that I kind of have with it. So real quick, in millimeters, it's got a 19 millimeter width. It's about 36-ish millimeters, 35, 36 millimeters wide. I believe is about 4 inches in length, so about 100 millimeters in length. So pretty much your basic multi-tool size. Now, first off, out of the box, this didn't have as great of a fit and finish as I would hope, but it was acceptable for the price range. This runs about $16 to $17 on Amazon right now. That's about the price that I would expect this to run. Now, when we open it up, it does open up nicely, and you have your little gardening scissors right here. It does have a lock on it. You have to lock it before you close the knife, otherwise it gets kind of jammed up in the handles here amongst the rest of the tools. But other than that, you can release that latch one-handed without any issue. So a relatively decent design for that. I have no gripes there. The tools are listed as a high-quality stainless steel, so probably your basic Chinese steel used for the knife or the tools on them. I couldn't find anything on the actual steel that it was made out of, but I wasn't too concerned with it, as for the price range, you're not going to get the best steel anyways. So the tools here, let's see if I can't get this last one out. Well, we'll get to it. You've got your saw, of course. What multi-tool wouldn't have a saw? You've got your bottle opener with, let's see, your bottle opener there with kind of a funky tip. I guess that's for pulling up on a tab if you've got a tabbed bottle. I'm not quite sure on that one. You've got your small screwdriver. Down inside here, if I can get it out, you've got an awl. I'm not entirely sure of what use that would be for a gardening tool, but just in case. You've got your hex nut wrenches here. They call them Allen wrenches. I got a little bit of a kick out of that. Those are certainly not Allen wrenches, but you've got your hex head wrenches there, as well as a larger flathead screwdriver. On the other side here, you have, of course, what multi-tool would be complete without that ruler. There we go. But we do have a fingernail file on the back side. It's relatively aggressive, so it would certainly do the job. A can opener, of course. a Phillips head screwdriver, and last but certainly not least, the knife. Now, as we look at these, do note that they are all on the inside. So when you have this closed up, there's no good way to access any of them without first opening up that handle. So if you want the knife, you have to open it up, and then you've got the knife. The detent on the knife blade it leaves a little bit to be desired, but of course, when you do close it up like this, there's no way that that blade's going to close on your hand. Now, this blade is sharpened. It's working sharp. It's not razor sharp. If we look at the paper test, of course, the infamous paper test, you'll notice that it's really more of a rough cut. I'm sure with just a little bit of work, I'm sure this is a softer steel, so take a nice keen edge if you wanted to. But do note that out of the box, you can even see the tip wasn't very well sharpened. It's almost more rounded off than it is sharpened. Not a huge deal, especially in the $16 to $17 price range that we're looking at, but something that's to note. The rest of the tools, their choices seem a little bit strange to me on what they included. Would have been nice to see a little bit more thought go into that, but I have no gripes on them. They all work just fine. There's no major issues. Now, the one thing that I do really have an issue with on this knife, or on this multi-tool, because I was excited about this. I saw a good market for it. I was thinking it might be nice to keep around in a go bag in case you're cutting some smaller kindling or something and you just want to kind of scissor it. It does work just fine for cutting your thinner stuff. When you get to the thicker things, then it does have a lot more trouble. But for your basic small pruning things, which these are pruning shears, so for your basic small pruning shear things, it works just fine. Now here's my major gripe though. This is as far as the handles close, which means that when you're holding it, when you go to open up that jaw, you have to spread your hand. I mean, you can see how far that spreads in my hand. And that is just to get to your, when you're cutting something, even a basic size. Let's see if I can get a good view. Your hand is extremely spread out, and with these not so grippy handles, your hand just wants to slide straight down. This is an easy fix though, so Gelindo, if you do watch this, all you have to do to fix this is either lower this just a little bit further down, or cut a notch where, let's get something to point out here. We'll use a Kershaw chive. Right down here where these meet the handle to provide that contact point. If you just mill that out a tiny bit, or bring down this metal piece down to maybe about there, then the handles themselves would close up, or would be closer to parallel down here, which means that when you're pushing down, you're not going to have quite this wide angle that's pushing your hand down this way. You're going to be able to push more straight down. That would fix that issue right there real quick, rather than having an awkward thing. And that was my first thought. Just to make sure, I went ahead and went around to some family and friends, and I gave them the opportunity to kind of look over the knife. That was their major gripe as well, was especially the ladies with smaller hands, or if gentlemen have smaller hands, it just was not comfortable to use that with such a wide grip on it. Really easy fix though, and I would love to see that fixed, because I really wanted to like this tool. I was excited about it because I hadn't seen a multi-tool with gardening scissors on it. But that kind of really hurts the the overall usability of this knife, and I'm not sure if I could actually recommend it as it is. Is it usable? Yes. But because it is a multi-tool and you're already taking some of the practicality out of it, just because you don't have the ratcheting system that other pruning shears have, so you can't cut through as much and such. To have that to have those handles so far apart, it's almost more useful, in my opinion, to simply just carry two separate tools than to carry this one, because you're just going to be more comfortable using it. At least that's certainly what I would do. So, Gelindo, I do like this knife overall. I like the idea behind it. I think for the price range, it could be a really cool multi-tool. However, I just can't recommend it yet. I would love to see those things fixed, because I would love to be able to recommend this knife. But as things stand right now, fix those and you would have a really awesome product added to your lineup. So before I go, real quick, just to go over what these do come with. They come in your basic Gelindo box, just like the Gelindo pocket knife, with the missing shading background and all, of course. What can you ask for in the price range? Oh, come on, focus. There we go. Got your missing background colors in there. Not a big deal, it's just a box. But then, of course, you do get your Gelindo feedback card with their support. Oh, we're not focused here. There we go. With their support information. They will respond. I've never had an issue contacting them, and they're always really quick to respond as well. Super nice people as well as your basic information guide. So if you guys want to read through that, then you can pause it. In any case, though, they also do include another one of these sheaths. Really like the sheaths, especially for this multi-tool. On the knife itself, I didn't find it to be something that was really necessary, but for the multi-tool, this is a great addition. So keep that one up. So guys, if you enjoy my reviews and want to see more, make sure to subscribe to my channel. We'll go ahead and leave this out for your viewing pleasure. As well as go ahead and comment below on your thoughts. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you like that wider handle. You never know. But that's just my opinion of this knife. Shows promise for sure, but just not quite there yet. I really do appreciate the opportunity to take a close look and review this knife for them, and I hope that my review is helpful to improve their knives, because I do like their customer service, and I really want to see some great products come out of this company. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and have a great one.